So we have completed the theory for chapter number 2, periodic classification of elements. We have already started looking at some of the questions in the exercise. In this session, we will look at some more questions and we will complete in the next session in the afternoon. Before we look at the questions that are there, and the questions are very interesting, very short, very interesting, and that is why there are a lot of questions. If when you look at the exercise for this chapter, I think this chapter has the most number of questions. Another such chapter is a chapter for chemical reactions. Number of questions is much more than usual, but the answers are short, the answers are easy. It is more about thinking than about writing. Let us start. Of course, the revision must include the periodic table. This is a table where we have arranged all the elements that we know. Some of them are naturally occurring, some of them are man-made. So all the elements beyond 92, atomic number 92, they are artificial, man-made. We have arranged them in the order of their periodic atomic number based on the modern periodic law. This is called the periodic table. This is also called as the modern periodic table or the long form of the periodic table. This table has vertical columns called groups. There are 18 of them. It has horizontal rows called periods. There are 7 of them. Because the properties of the elements follow the atomic number and it changes periodically, the electronic configuration is also fundamental to this periodic table. S block is on left hand side, P block is on the right hand side, D block is in between S and P, and F block is below the main table. Remember, we need to know the electronic configuration, atomic number, and if possible, the atomic mass number also, along with the electronic configuration of the first 20 elements, that is from hydrogen, helium to potassium, calcium. If we know this, then our chemistry will be easy. It's just like the multiplication table, squares, cubes of mathematics. Once we classified the elements, we realized that their properties have a trend in the periodic table. And this is a good summary of those properties. In a period from left to right, the atomic size decreases, the electronegativity or the non-metallic character increases. We can also say that the electropositivity decreases. Now, what is not there in this diagram is what is happening with the electronic configuration. So the number of shells remains same for all the elements in a period, but the number of electrons that are there in the shells, they increase. The valency increases from 0 to 4, then decreases to from 0. The valence electrons, on the other hand, increase from 1 to 8. That is the period. When we look at a group, which is a vertical column, from top to bottom, new shells are added. So the atomic size increases. It becomes easier for the atoms to lose electrons. So electropositivity or the metallic character increases. Converse or the opposite, because it is easier to lose electrons, the electronegativity decreases, the non-metallic character decreases. Now, if we look at what happens to the valence electrons, electronic configuration, and valency in a group, they remain constant. Number of valence electrons remains constant, and it is equal to the number of the group. Valency also remains same. So the properties of the elements in a group remains similar. If you have to find some similar elements, what all you have to do is look at the periodic table and pick any 2 or 3 that belong to the same group. They will definitely share same properties. Now let us look at, after that quick revision, let us look at what questions are there in the exercise. Very interesting question, question number 4. What happened to question number 2? What happened to question number 3? Do you remember what happened to question number 1, 2 and 3? We have already completed them. We are on question number 4. Thank you, Ahmed, for confirming. The question says, write down the electronic configuration of the following elements from the given atomic numbers. देखो मैंने बोला है आपको इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन चाहिए. Answer the following question with explanation. So there are 3 parts to this question. First part is writing the electronic configuration. Second part is to answer. Third part is to explain. 3 parts. And don't think कि ये हमको परेशान करने के लिए ऐसे लिखने बोला है. No. It is giving us a hint कि आंसर हमको कैसे मिलेगा. All the answers will depend on what the electronic configuration is, how we interpret it, what information we can get from that. Using that, we will arrive at the answer. तो जो हम सोचेंगे, जो हम इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन पहले लिखेंगे, फिर हम उसके बारे में सोचेंगे. वो सोचने वाला चीज तो दिमाग में होगा. उसके बाद हम आंसर लिखेंगे. वो आंसर में हमने कैसे लिखा, हमने क्या सोचा, that is the explanation, and that is why all 3 parts are necessary. Let us see the first one. It says lithium 3, silicon 14, helium 2, sodium 11, phosphorus 15. If you don't know what Li, Si, He, Na and P are, that is also fine for this question. But we need to know what 3, 14, 2, 11, 15 are. It says they are atomic numbers. Li, Si, He, Na and P are symbols of the elements. The number that is written along with the symbol at the bottom is always the atomic number. And if a number is written along with the symbol on top of it, then always it will be the atomic mass number. Always. That is the standard. So we now know that there is an element Li, which I'm telling you is lithium, whose atomic number is 3. We now have to write the electronic configuration, and we will be able to write if we know that the first shell can have 2, the second shell can have 8, we need only 1 more. So this is the electronic configuration. Similarly, for silicon, now I'm writing it as it is given in the question. 14, the electronic configuration will be 2, 8, 4, 14. Helium, just 2. Sodium, 2, 8, 1, 11. Phosphorus, 2, second shell can have 8. Now we have 10, we need 5 more. Yes, we can keep the 5 in the third shell. 2, 8, 5. Now we have the electronic configuration. The question is, which of these elements belong to period 3? Period 3 mein kaun hai? Period 3 means row 3. Let us see if some of you have answered it. No one has answered. Now we know that when we go in the number of shells that are there in the atom of an element is same as in which period it belongs to. In case of lithium, there are 2 shells, 2 and 1. 2 shells with the electrons 2 and 1, K and L. Helium has only 1 shell. So lithium and helium will belong to period 2 and 1 respectively. Whereas if you look at silicon, sodium, phosphorus, all 3 have 3 shells. So the answer here has to be silicon 14, sodium 11, and phosphorus 15. This is the answer. So this is first part, this is second part, and the explanation is all these elements or all the atoms of these elements have 3 shells. And how do we know it? From the electronic configuration. Let us look at this next question, which is very, very, very similar. Now you take some time and write the electronic configurations of these elements. कौन से हैं elements? Hydrogen, which has only 1 electron. Nitrogen, which has 7 electrons in its atoms. Calcium, 20. Then we have sulfur, 16. Beryllium, 4. And argon, 18. Write the electronic configuration and share it with everyone in the chat. So please focus on the screen. In case of hydrogen, there is only 1 electron. Atomic number is 1, so 1 proton, 1 electron, and the configuration will be 1. Similarly, nitrogen, which has 7, first shell can contain 2 only. There जगह ही नहीं है और बाकी कहाँ जाएगा? बाकी बचा 5 दूसरे जगह पे. कैल्शियम 20 है. ओके, एक एक स्टेप करते हैं. फर्स्ट शेल 2, सेकेंड शेल उसमें 8 रह सकता है, 8. थर्ड शेल, हाँ, कि कोई आपको कहेगा कि थर्ड शेल में 18 रह सकता है, लेकिन हमने पढ़ा कि 4s पहले फिलअप हो जाता है ना, फोर्थ वाला शेल 4s and 4p, तो दिस बिकम्स 8 and this becomes 2. This part of the electronic configuration is not explained in the textbook. I have explained to you. But the question is there. Sulfur is 2, 8, 6. Beryllium 2, 2. Argon 2, 8, 8. We got the electronic configuration. Now what is the question? Question is, which of these belong to second group? Second group, group number 2, vertical column number 2. Vertical column, all the elements that are in the vertical column 2, group 2, their valency is 2, the number of valence electrons is 2. So all we have to find कि किस electronic configuration में last में 2 है, valence electrons last. Here we see, here we see. So the correct answer is beryllium 4 and calcium 20. They belong to group 2. And what is the reason? Reason is valence electron, number of valence electron equals to 2. And the next question, which is C, 4C. The elements are nitrogen, carbon, oxygen, boron, and aluminium. Now take a minute and write all the electronic configurations quickly. And then it says, which is the most electronegative element? Okay, we will come to that later. But right now, write all the electronic configurations. Okay, come back and let us see how to write the electronic configurations once again. Now we are at question number 4C. 4C. Nitrogen 7. So the electronic configuration will be 2, 5. Carbon 6. So 2, 4. Oxygen 8. 2, 6. Boron 5. So 2, 3. And aluminium 13, which is 2, 8, 3. That's done. Now the question is, which is the most electronegative element? Most electronegative. Remember, in a period, when we go from left to right, electronegativity increases. Also, in a group, when we move from bottom to top, electronegativity increases. Using this knowledge, we can say कि इनमें से जो एलिमेंट सबसे राइट में और सबसे ऊपर होगा, rightmost and topmost. That will be the most electronegative element. Very, very simple. These are the two things that we have to find. Rightmost and topmost. So if you look at these first, nitrogen, carbon, oxygen, boron, why? Because they are in the same period. Why? They have two shells, 2, 5, 2, 4, 2, 6, 2, 3. There are two numbers in each of the electronic configurations. So there are two shells, that is, they are in the period number 2, second period. Second period, from when we move from left to right, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, that means the rightmost element is oxygen. एंड एल्यूमिनियम के बारे में तो हमको सोचने की ही जरूरत नहीं है, तो बताना पड़ता है, बिकॉज इट इज इन द थर्ड पीरियड. वो नीचे चला गया, इसको देखेंगे ही नहीं. सो वेरी सिंपल आंसर इज ऑक्सीजन. And we can see that in our periodic table. We will see that out of these 5 elements, nitrogen, carbon, oxygen, boron, and aluminium, oxygen will be on the rightmost and oxygen will be on the topmost. Let us see. देखो कहां पर है ऑक्सीजन. ऑक्सीजन यहाँ है, नाइट्रोजन यहाँ, कार्बन, बोरॉन, राइट. ऑक्सीजन इज ऑन द राइट. एल्यूमिनियम कहाँ है? उसके नीचे और उसके लेफ्ट में तो नहीं होगा ना ये सब. सबसे राइट में, सबसे ऊपर, आउट ऑफ दिस 5 इट इज ऑक्सीजन. सो द आंसर इज ऑक्सीजन. एंड व्हाट विल बी द एक्सप्लेनेशन? We need to write the explanation also. So you will say rightmost and topmost in periodic table. You will also say, why is it rightmost? Because it is in the second period and having the highest highest atomic number in the second period. Topmost, because second period. So you will say period for नाइट्रोजन, कार्बन, ऑक्सीजन, बोरोन, इनके लिए पीरियड है 2, एल्यूमिनियम के लिए पीरियड है 3. तो एल्यूमिनियम नहीं हो सकता, इन चारों में से कोई होगा. इन चारों में से सबसे राइट में ऑक्सीजन है. देन द आंसर इज ऑक्सीजन. नीड 5 confirmation. The next question is extremely similar to the previous question. We are looking at D now, right? See, the only difference is here it was asking for most electronegative element. Now it is asking for most electropositive element. तो मैं बता देता हूँ आपको क्या करना है. You have to write the electronic configuration of all these 5. You have to write the electronic configuration of all these 5. So first you will write the electronic configuration of all of them. Then you will find out which is leftmost and which is bottommost. If you can do that, and you are allowed to look at the periodic table also, but in the exam you will not get the periodic table. You will have to find out which is the leftmost and which is the bottommost element of the given list just by looking at their electronic configuration. First step, write the electronic configurations. First, the electronic configurations. Now we know that beryllium is 2, 2, carbon is 2, 4, then oxygen is 2, 6, boron is 2, 3, and aluminium is 2, 8, 3. 2, 8, 3. Now this is another interesting question, and you could have answered it correctly if you had followed what the explanation that I gave for the previous question. Right? Now you see all these beryllium to boron, beryllium, carbon, oxygen, boron, they have 2 shells. Right? That means they are in second period. We are talking about the height now, which is top, which is bottom. Whereas aluminium has 3 shells. Aluminium has 3 shells. So it is in third period. And this is the most important part. कि वो third period में, everything else becomes useless now. Now, because aluminium is in the third period, it will be more electropositive than all the elements in period number 2. So the correct answer is aluminium. Always remember the size of the atom is very, very significant. It impacts the electropositivity, it impacts the electronegativity, it impacts the properties. So the moment we get third shell, third period, the answer is very easy. It is aluminium. जिसने बेरिलियम बोला वो पूरा गलत है, क्योंकि बेरिलियम ऊपर है, लेफ्ट में जरूर है लेकिन ऊपर है, एल्यूमिनियम उसके नीचे है. बेरिलियम कब आंसर होता? When aluminium also was in the second period, then beryllium would have been then beryllium would have been the answer, but aluminium is the next period, lower period, so aluminium is the answer. The reason is third period. Another set of 4 questions. In question number 4E, the elements are sodium, phosphorus, chlorine, silicon, and magnesium. And the question is, which is the largest, which has the largest atom? So sodium is 281, phosphorus is 285, chlorine is 287, silicon is 284, and magnesium is 282. Quickly check and confirm. Very easily, all of them have 3 shells. That means all of them are third period. We know in a period from left to right, the size decreases from left to right. So जो सबसे right में होगा, कौन होगा? जिसमें valence electron सबसे ज्यादा होंगे, which is 7, chlorine. Answer is chlorine. Next question, which is F. Now the elements are potassium, lithium, sodium, beryllium. दोस्त है हमारे नए दोस्त. Which of these atoms is the smallest? Smallest माने हमको पीरियड में लेफ्ट फिर से राइट साइड में ही जाना. अरे दोनों. अरे बाबा, I'm so sorry. Let us look at E again. It is asking largest. So the answer has to be sodium. It is asking largest, so the answer has to be sodium. If the question was smallest, the answer would have been chlorine. But it is asking largest, so it has to be sodium. My mistake, I read the question wrong. Part F, it is asking smallest, so we will go to the right. We will go to the extreme right. Potassium, 19, 2, 8, 9. Lithium, 2, 1. Sodium, 2, 8, 1. Beryllium, 2, 2. Have I got this right? Please check and confirm. Potassium, 2, 8, 9. Have I written it right? Lithium, 2, 1. Sodium, 2, 8, 1. Beryllium, 2, 2. Is it right? Is it wrong? I know that I have written something wrong knowingly. Let's see if you can catch it. Potassium has to be 2881. Lithium is 21, sodium is 281, and beryllium is 22. Correct, Chan. Thank you. Now we have to find the group and the period. Let us find the group and period of all these things, group and period. Now we can find the group by looking at the valence electrons. So potassium is 1, so group 1. And shell periods we can find out by looking at the shells. So 4. Lithium 1 and 2. Sodium 1 and 3. Beryllium 2 and 2. We also know that the size mainly depends on the shells, number of shells. Clearly, potassium has maximum number of shells out of these 4 elements. सबसे बड़ा है, लेकिन क्वेश्चन पूछा है सबसे छोटा कौन सा है, तो पोटेशियम तो नहीं होगा. सोडियम हैज 3 shells, ये भी नहीं होगा. So the answer has to be between lithium and beryllium. Answer has to be between lithium and beryllium. Lithium and beryllium both are in the second period. Lithium is on the left, beryllium is on the right. जैसे जैसे हम लेफ्ट से राइट जाते हैं साइज छोटा होता जाता है. So the correct answer is beryllium. This will have the smallest atomic radius. The next question is 4G. Now the elements are aluminum, silicon, sodium, magnesium, and sulfur. Let's quickly write the electronic configuration. 2, 8, 3 is aluminum. Silicon is 2, 8, 4. Then sodium is 2, 8, 1. Then magnesium is 2, 8, 2. And sulfur is 2, 8, 6. Then it says, which of the above elements has the highest metallic character? Highest metallic character. Metallic character, metals पूछा है, मतलब ऊपर मिलेगा हमको और लेफ्ट में मिलेगा, ऊपर में और लेफ्ट. Now, easy thing here is all of these are in the same period because 3 shells. आसान हो गया. All are at the same level. बस अभी हमको जानना है कि सबसे लेफ्ट में कौन सा है. Sodium 281. आसान. First period, then the group. Similarly, the next question, which is about non-metallic character. Non-metallic character would mean to the right. मैंने ये भी गलत बोला आपको बेटा, मैंने ये भी आपको गलत बोला. I'm sorry. I'm really getting a fever. Wait. I'm sorry. Very sorry. Metallic character means to the left and to the bottom. So Al is 283, silicon is 284, sodium is 281, magnesium is 282, and sulfur is 286. Right? The diagram should have been left and bottom. All of them are in the third period. So top bottom doesn't matter. सबसे left में कौन सा है? Sodium. So answer was correct. The explanation was wrong. Right? Now if you look at the last question, for H, it says non-metallic character. For non-metallic character, we have to go to the right and we have to go to the top. So when we write the electronic configuration, carbon is 2, 4, lithium is 2, 1, fluorine is 2, 7, nitrogen is 2, 5, and oxygen is 2, 6. This is also very easy question because all of them are in the second period. हमको जाना कहाँ है? राइट में और सबसे ऊपर में. तो सभी एक ही पीरियड में है तो ऊपर में जाने ऊपर नीचे का सवाल ही नहीं उठता. सबसे राइट में जाएंगे तो fluorine is the most electronegative or the most highest non-metallic character element we will get.